Yeah, that's gone, that's dead. I released that into the universe as an old trait. Thank you for teaching me what I needed to know. Yeah, thank you. I want to either think, oh, nobody gives a shit about me, or you could think, nobody gives a shit about me. That's great. I could do whatever I want. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you see, we're in a complete different space. I hope it's not too windy where you guys can't hear me, so I'm gonna check that out in like a few seconds. But first of all, thank you for clicking on this video and coming back to the channel. If you're new, thank you so much. I hope you stick around, and I hope something on my channel resonates with you and we can all continue to grow and learn and do life together. So tomorrow's December 1st, and it's going to be the last month of the year 2021. And New Year's is always such a powerful time to me. Like, it almost, like New Year's Eve always like almost gave me a little anxiety, because it's like a new year to me is really a big deal. Like, I know some people brush it off like, oh, it's literally just another day, but to me it's like another chapter, another slate, like another chapter, I think is the best word for me, because all of my years have definitely been chapters from age 15, 16, 17. Like, every year is just completely different to me, and I make it that way. You know, you have to live with intent and live with the intent to always be different. You know, if you don't live with intention and you're just living like mindlessly, you can easily fall into the trap of every year being the same, you never being this a different person, you never being able to look back and be like, whoa, I've grown so much, you know. And that's the best feeling, to realize you've changed so much, because change to me, no matter what, is good, because it's a sign that you're living. So it's like, whether you want to say your change has been bad or good, it's just a sign that you're alive and you're changing and you're evolving and something's happening, you know. So I pretty much want to talk about in this video, like, things that, and this is literally just a sit down talk video. We're at my favorite park. I was tired of talking to you guys in the car. Like, I needed a new scenery and just a new energy. And today's video is honestly just a sit down talk video, since tomorrow is starts the last month of this year. I just want to talk about maybe a couple things, a couple character traits about myself that I would like to leave behind in 2021 and evolve out of for 2022. And I've actually noticed two just this week. I've noticed two big ones just this week that have been a part of me for a long time, but I just now, like, I guess, pinpointed it this week. So the first one being my emotional attachment to dependency on outside validation. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't pinpointed where this character trait has stemmed from. Like, I don't know yet why or where it came from in my life, but I've noticed this week that throughout my life, I've had an emotional attachment to outside validation from outside sources other than myself. So like someone else or something else outside of myself. And so let me give you an example. Like, an outside validation that I've looked for before was the affection from someone else, or the stamp of approval that I'm worth it, or the stamp of approval that I'm valued. And let me tell you this, people will always let you down. So if you give your power away for someone else to have the official stamp of your approval, like, you're never gonna be approved, okay? Because people are not stable, you know? Sometimes we aren't even stable for ourselves. So how can we be stable for others in that way, you know? And so that's one thing that I want to leave in a past version of myself and release it to never be from 2022 on, is to want that outside validation. Like, and it could be in the smallest ways, in ways that we think are normal. Like, for example, being involved with somebody. This is a real example for me that actually made me realize this about myself, is like attention from your partner. Like, they could be going through something and giving you less attention, and you'll think the less attention means you're not as important, or you're not as, or maybe they're losing interest in you, or like, yeah, it's just this attachment to like what someone else is doing must be attached to something about myself. That's the real issue, is thinking that outside forces are a reflection of yourself instead of outside forces simply being a reflection of themselves. Like, for example, if I got into an argument with somebody and they said something negative to me, my response back to them would be, maybe you're looking in the mirror. That would be my response back lately, because I know now that I just know that we're all mirrors now. I guess I just want to make it very simple. I know that we're all mirrors, and sometimes things that annoy us about others annoy us because it's a trait that's within ourselves as well. And I just know that we're all mirrors, and things that people say to us or whatever, almost 100% of the time is something they think about themselves. Other people have nothing to do with you at all. Like, yes, we're all one collective consciousness, and yes, we're all one. But we are also all going through our own human experience, and all our individual experiences have, even though they're connected, they're all still individual. So someone else's inability or someone else's choice not to think I'm enough, or not to think I'm worth it, or not to think I'm valuable enough for whatever, has nothing to do with my actual individual value, worth, or anything. It has nothing to do with me at all. Like, they're going through their own individual experience, and I'm going through mine, and theirs has nothing to do with mine. You know what I mean? So that is one thing that I want to leave behind in 2021, is having an attachment to outside validation. And that goes for my partner giving me a little less attention, or my partner, or not even my partner, just anybody. Like, I am letting go of feeling like what someone else is saying or doing has anything to do with me. It has nothing to do with me, like, at all. No matter what they're saying, no matter what they're doing, they could disappear out of my life tomorrow, and it still has nothing to do with me. It has to do with their own individual human experience. It has nothing to do with me. And that's what I want to strongly take a part of as my person now, is that belief that outside things have nothing to do with me. So that's one thing. I know I was kind of all over the place with that thought, but I hope you grasped something from that. So that's one. Yeah, I'm in the park, so it's like the first time that I'm ever recording like in front of like other people, but nobody cares about me, so it's like, who cares? You know what I mean? And that's such a refreshing feeling too, is like, you could either think, oh, nobody gives a shit about me, or you could think, nobody gives a shit about me. That's great. I could do whatever I want. You know, that's a really freeing feeling. Like, and I don't give a shit about any, like, if I saw somebody doing what I'm doing right now, like, I literally would not, I would look once and not care. I would go about my day. Or if I see someone out, like, it's just such a freeing feeling to realize, like, you can do whatever you want. Like, this life in general to me has always been like just a movie, like, or a story, a movie, a story. Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, this life is not that serious that Earth tries to make it. I mean, yes, it is serious when it comes to learning, when it comes to spreading love, when it comes to evolving. Like, all those things are very important and serious. But like the little things here that they try to make serious is not serious. You can do whatever. So yeah, I just got off topic, but no, I didn't get off topic. I'm perfectly on topic. But so the second thing that I want to let go of, and this one's a little deeper one. First of all, before I even get into this topic, let me look back at this video and make sure you guys can hear me. Good. So I just watched and you guys can hear me. So we're back. So the second important one, and actually this one's a bit deeper, it affects me more. I don't want to say it affects me more, because the first one definitely affected me through my life. Like, being attached to outside validation has kept me in toxic situations before, because I was waiting for that person to see my worth. Like, let that soak in. Like, I was in a toxic situation before because I was waiting for someone to pretty much tell me they know I'm worth it. They know I'm valued. Like, I was waiting for them to give me that stamp of approval because I never gave myself that stamp of approval. And that is sad when you think about it. And I'm so happy that I realize that now, and realize on my own, like, I'm worth it. I'm worth everything. I'm worth it. I'm valuable. I'm valuable just because I'm alive. I'm worth it just because I'm alive. I'm beautiful because of who I am, you know? So I stayed in a toxic situation before. It's so crazy because the person you'll be waiting for to give you that stamp of approval that you're worth it or you're valuable aren't even worth it or valuable to you. That's the craziest part. Like, we wait on this validation from people that aren't even valid themselves. Like, instead of asking yourself, why don't they like me? Ask yourself, do I even like them? Like, are they even worth it? Are they even valuable? Like, why do I give a if they give me their little irrelevant stamp of approval that I'm worth being with, I'm worth loving, I'm worth this? Like, they're not even that to me. So, you know. But yeah, so that's to end the first topic, is letting go of care or any validation to outside validation. Like, yeah, that's gone, that's dead. I released that into the universe as an old trait. Thank you for teaching me what I needed to know. Yeah, thank you. I want to thank these traits that I've had, because they've taught me a lot, and they've got me to this exact moment that I'm in right now. And this, who I am right now, is thank you to that girl that had those traits. I never want to look back at a trait or look back at the past with any regret ever. I really have no regret in my heart at all. Like, I'm not a regretful person. Like, I don't regret anything. And that alone is a freeing feeling. The same love and the same patience and love that we sometimes have for others, have it for yourself. Have it for those old versions of yourself. Be like, thank you. I forgive you and I'm healing you and thank you. Like, all these traits that I'm talking about right now, although I'm letting them go now, I'm letting them go with love. Like, thank you for this trait because it taught me so much and it got me to where I am right now, and I let it go with love, you know? So the next trait that I want to talk about is attaching my happiness to people I care about's happiness. And this comes from a long line of me being an empath, I guess I'll use that word for lack of another word, because I know people use the word empath a lot when you care about others and you feel others' energy, and it can sometimes severely drain you. And I want to let go of my happiness depending on other people that I care about's happiness, because no matter how much of a loving, caring person you are, everybody, like I said, is having their own individual experience. Even if they're your family member, you know, we're all still individuals. And at the end of the day, we're all souls, we're all spirits having our own human experience. That is why I take life for what it is, because I know this is not it. This is just, it's almost like we're in a game. Like, we come from the real reality, and then we're placed into this game to be like, here, this is what you need to learn, go learn it. It's almost like God has us and he's like, all right, drop you onto earth, learn what you need to learn this lifetime, and then come back when you're evolved more, and then you maybe need to go back again to learn something else, you know? So like I said, we're all having our own individual experience, and some are more traumatic than others. Some are more, you know, some are more in other factors than others. And some of us I believe personally that some of us have been here more than others. I personally feel like I've been here a couple more times than some of my family members probably have been, because I just feel like, let me not even talk about family members, but just people in general. Like, I feel like, let me not even talk about others. Others have nothing to do with myself. I feel like I thank God that I'm on the frequency where I can have these sort of thoughts and recognize what I'm experiencing. Some people experience life without evaluating it. And I almost live life through like third person. Like, I view life now from my higher self. Like, Gabriella, the character, is experiencing it for me, but I'm up here like evaluating what she's experiencing. That's the best way I could just explain it, is that I want to make a name for my higher self. I've always loved the name Indigo. So like, let's say my higher self is Indigo, right? And then this is Gabriella experiencing life. But Indigo's like, all right, what are we experiencing? You know, like, what can we learn from this? What can we get from this? What are we here to learn? And that is something I'm so grateful for, to be a part of myself, is evaluating, like, what am I here to learn? What am I learning from this? What do I need to let go of? What is this, you know? And I view everything with love now. I view everything I go through with love. I view it from a third perspective, or a second perspective. Third? Oh, sometimes a third perspective, because sometimes it's a situation with somebody else. So it'll be Gabriella and somebody else, and then I'm looking from the third perspective, the higher self. So, there's little turtles on this rock over here. But okay, so let me get on topic. So that's one thing I want to let go of, is my happiness being attached to other people's happiness. Like, for example, my family. No matter if I'm on talking terms with the family member or not, I always care from a distance, no matter what. Like, I always care. Like, if they're going through something, or they're not happy, or there's dysfunction going on, even if we aren't on talking to, because I protect myself now. Like, I care about myself. I'm worth caring about. So, like, I will stop talking to whoever. I will distance myself from whoever if I know that it's negatively impacting me, whether it be a family member, a friend, like anybody, literally anybody. I will disconnect from anybody. Now, I won't even say disconnect, because like I said, I'm still very much connected, but I will disengage. I will disassociate to whoever if I know that their energy that they're like that they're embodying is negatively impacting me. Yeah, that's just a self-love thing that I've acquired, because I used to put myself on the back burner, put Gabriella on the back burner for the sake of others. Like, no matter how they were treating me, no matter how they were impacting me, I cared about them more than I cared about myself. And that's completely switched now, and I thank God for that. Like, I do definitely disassociate with whoever now. It could be a family, like anybody. But even though I disassociate, I'm still very much, my happiness is sometimes, all the time, very much connected to their happiness. So if I know that they're not happy, or I know they're going through something, and there's so, like I said in another video, obviously I don't want to put like family issues on blast or anything, but like I said in another video briefly, like my family, my earth family here in this lifetime has a lot of dysfunction, whether that be emotional, spiritual, physical, like just dysfunction. And when you care, when you're, that's my earth family here, that's Gabriella's family. So we care, like it affects us. And especially when it has to do with my niece, or just wanting to save everybody. And that always like felt like a weight on me throughout my life, was like feeling like I had to be the calm throughout the storm sometimes, and sometimes feeling like I had to be the strong one for quote unquote weak ones. And that gets like overwhelming and stuff. So I guess I want to unattach my happiness to other people's happiness, because their happiness is their own responsibility. I cannot save the world, no matter who it is, whether it be a family member, a complete stranger, anybody. Like, I can't save the world. I can't change people. The saying is, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Like, I can't, So I no longer want my happiness to be attached to if other people are happy. I can care, but I also need to disconnect from their situation. Determines my happiness with my situation. The most I could do in this life, if I could do anything for others, is lead by example, because I can't, I just can't. And so that's another thing that I want to let go of for 2022 and every year, every chapter on in this lifetime, is like my attachment to other people's happiness affecting my own, no matter how much I care for them. And sometimes I just want to move away. Like I have enough money now to make that decision to just move away. And sometimes I feel selfish to even want to move away because of my connection to other people's happiness. Like I feel like I need to be here, or like I've had serious thoughts of like wanting to go move to Georgia on my own, just to like experience a new, like I said, life is a game. Like I just want to do whatever I want and move to Georgia and just like be completely out of my comfort zone. I've been in Florida my whole life. I want to move somewhere and just be completely out of my comfort zone and have a complete new experience and new everything, But sometimes like I'm held back by thinking, for example, my niece is here in Florida and she needs me, I feel. And so yeah, that's that. You get the gist of what I'm talking about. I don't need to get into detail or like go like all in, but so that's another thing that I want to let go of is fully embrace my own experience and my own happiness without letting it rely on if other people are okay, Because like I said, everyone's just going through this human experience for their reason. Like even though you're my sister in this lifetime, even though you're my mom in this lifetime, even though you're this in my lifetime, we're all spirits here for a reason. So you guys are here for a completely different reason than I am. Like I'm here learning what I'm learning, and you guys are here learning what you're learning. And even though we're sharing the same space and we were born within the same soul family here, I just have such a whole different like outlook on this, because I know it could sound weird to people that I'm like saying earth family and soul family and like talking about myself in third person. Like I just view life a little different, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this video was relaxing. I hope it was relaxing to you guys. We're in the park, we're just talking. I hope I said something that you can grasp from, or something you could even think about. Maybe I said something you never even thought about before and now you can. And question yourself. That's one thing I want to get across in this video, is that life is about questioning yourself and figuring out why you are the way you are. And that's what life is really about. And this breathe just came at the end of this video, and it's like really relaxing. But yeah, so I'm gonna end this video by saying question yourself. We are entering the last month of year 2021 and we're going into 2022, and you're here for a reason. You're here to grow, you're here to change. And this wind, oh my gosh, I just want you guys to see the scenery. Okay. So, and this hill behind me, yeah, it's just beautiful. But I want you guys to question yourself. I want you guys to figure out, not even figure out, because I don't have everything all figured out, but evaluate yourself, ask yourself questions. Why am I this way? Where does it stem from? And how can I change it? Because it's all within your power to do that. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk with me. I'm going to continue to be vulnerable on this channel, maybe even more vulnerable than this. And because this world needs everyone to be vulnerable and open about the experience they're going through. And yeah, because I'm off social media now, and I have been for like 3 years. Well, other than YouTube. Not 3 years, sorry, 3 months. I deleted it at the end of August, so September, October, November. 3 months being off other social media platforms like Instagram and all that. And one thing I can say is that the facade of this online reality, and it's actually getting pretty scary, because isn't like Facebook like creating some virtual reality shit now? It's almost like they want to detach us from the real world so bad. It's actually really sad and scary, because I know some people just aren't aware of it enough that they're going to fall into it. But so yeah, I think the facade of social media and the facade of all these alternate realities make us detach from this real reality right here, and it makes us forget that everyone we pass by when we're in the car, everyone we pass by on the street, are having a human experience, and we're all real. We're all experiencing something, and the facade and the material bullshit that we're so pushed to view on these fake realities online makes us forget like how vulnerable we all really are. And I just think everyone would be a lot happier and less alone if people sat down and talked to each other like this more often. Like, hey, we're real and we're going through things. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new, I hope something resonated with you. And yeah, next week, I know I said it in the last video, but next week is gonna hit 2 months of me being raw vegan on this raw vegan lifestyle. I don't like the title, so I'm not raw vegan, but the lifestyle that I embrace is raw vegan. I just don't like the titles anymore. Like, I used to say, I'm vegan. And I don't want to say now I'm raw vegan. Like, I embrace a raw vegan like lifestyle, but I'm not raw vegan. I'm Gabriella. So, I think the reason why I don't like titles anymore is because titles almost make the decisions for you. Like, if you have a title, you feel like you have to make the decisions that go with that title. And no, I want to make those decisions because I want to make those decisions, not because I put this label on myself. So, yeah. So thank you so much for watching. I hope something resonated with you, and I hope this maybe inspires you to look at yourself and see what you would like to change. And remember that if you want to change anything, let go of it in love, because the universe hears you in frequencies. So if you're letting something go, trying to force it to let go and trying to force it, like, I hate this, let me force it out, it's resistance. Like, if you're hating something and trying to force it off of you, it's the universe hears you in resistance, so it's not going to release because you're resisting. You're like blocking your own blessing in that way. Let it go with love. Understand it, thank it, and let it go with love. Like, thank you, you've served your purpose, and I let you go with love, you know? So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next week. Next week is going to be around December 7th. So it'll be 2 months officially of this raw vegan lifestyle. So I'll make next week's video an update and things, new fruits I've eaten, new things that I've gotten into, like new fruits that I've discovered and I really like. My everyday meals, I've taken a lot of pictures of my everyday meals, so I'm going to show you guys that as well. And also some changes and tweaks that I want to make to the lifestyle for my own personal goals. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you next time, and yeah, see you next time.